This mix tutorial shows how to manually create a Wotja mix from scratch and how to use an ambient generator to generate notes with short and varying durations, rather than the long ones you might be familiar with. In the interest of brevity, I also show how to copy in some pre-made sound presets. It's all done on an iPad, and to make steps as clear as I can, I'm using a Bluetooth mouse rather than a tap, and sorry for any jumpiness. Both the mix and ISE sound presets will be made available for those that are interested to explore this further. See links in the video notes. I also want to give a big thanks to Mark Harrop for creating some of the patches used in this mix. Let's first give the mix a quick play so that you can hear what it sounds like. It's called Jadito, or Just Another Day in the Office. Okay, that'll give you an idea what it's about. So let's see, how did we make that? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this off screen, and I'm going to slide on screen here. This is just to show you where I've got my sound presets, which I'll be adding to the mix as we go, and I'm going to move them off screen for the time being. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to load an ambient generator. These are normally used to create long pad-like sounds or long notes of varying durations. We're going to use them slightly differently in this case. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out all the sound effects that we use for the moment, just basically so that we start from a blank sheet, and I'm going to clear that one out. Okay, now what we're going to do first of all is, oopsie-daisy, load in a patch. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go into the sound generator here. I'll swipe this off screen, sorry, into the network editor, and I will import that from the clipboard. This is a new patch, and if we play it, and here we've got something slightly different there. Okay, now we're going to change some of the settings of the ambient generator. So in the first case, we're going to go into the settings for the generator. We're going to use seconds, thousandths. So if we want to make the duration very small, or spatially smaller, so I'm going to go into here and I will add in, you'll have to excuse me doing that by tap, 75, and a value here of, I'm going to make that 275, say. Okay, and I'm going to take the gap minimum down to 1 second, and here, and I'm going to make the gap range 2 seconds. Basically what this does is it means the generator will play shorter notes and the gaps will be shorter between them. Now if we play that now, you probably won't hear, well, you'll start to hear some gaps, and then it will come in and it will play and it won't play. So the next thing to do is for the phrasing, I'm going to change the phrase length, which is basically how often the notes that are generated play, and I'll take that down to about that. And if we play that, let's see what happens. Sometimes it may or may not play. That's the beauty of an ambient generator for you. Okay, so the next thing I shall do, is I shall, for this particular one, I'm going to add a little bit of chording, and I'll take down the depth so it doesn't always chord. And what we'll get here is basically some notes that will occasionally play, and the idea is that they only occasionally play, like so. Now what I want to do now is I want to copy this generator and I want to paste it below. Okay, I'm going to drag this to a different MIDI channel. I'm also, while I'm here, I'm going to take the chording for this particular one down to no chording. Now to this one I want to add the second patch, which or sound preset. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go into here. I'm just going to swipe this off screen a second, and I'm going to import that. This is a different and there'll basically be another one. I'm going to do this for all. I'm going to then do this, basically copy this generator, and I'm going to paste it, and I'm actually going to add another 3 of them. Okay, so we got 3 generators. Okay, and I'm going to drag them all so they all have different MIDI channels. And like that. Okay, so now I'm going to select the 3rd one, and I'm going to copy the 3rd patch, and I will move that off screen and paste it in. And I'll do the same for the 4th generator. And the 5th one. Okay. This basically saves a lot of time. I don't go through how we make the patches. There's no need. That's not what this tutorial is about. Okay, so we now have basically 5 different sounds, all working with the same kind of approach. And if we play that, we'll get various things happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change how these are all panned. Oh, I'm going to keep the volume, so I'm going to change the pans. So say we have that one there, that one there, that one there, that one there, and here. And I'm going to put the last one, leave that in the middle. Okay. Now I'm going to add some mix effects now, and I'm going to add an Reverb 2XL, and I'm just going to go for a preset of bright, let's say. Okay. Now we're already starting to get to where we are. What I'm going to also do here is add a compressor, just to bring the level up of all those particular things. Increase that. Now let's just add in some drones. I'm going to add in, say, wind in the wire. I'm going to load in another one, which let's have a look. What do I want here? I'm going to look at, say, BP21 drones. I'm going to have Arctic Wastes. Okay, and then in the 3rd one I'm going to load another one, which will be I don't know, sometimes, why not? Okay, so I'll bring these down in the mix. So I'll take the volume of those pads, effectively, or the drones, down so that we can hear the robots, or whatever you want to call them. Now that's basically the mix that we have. It didn't require too much to create it. It gives you some techniques to see how you made it. Now I hope you, if you're interested, have a look at the mix itself and the patches and have a play. It's quite good fun, but using the ambient generator technique with shorter durations like this can be very useful. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and until next time, thanks a lot.